In 1954, a lawyer named George Piazza stood before the New Orleans City Council and made a claim that made the entire courtroom freeze. The chemical being pumped into the city's drinking supply wasn't medical science. It was a weapon originally designed by the Nazis to control human consciousness. Every single morning, billions of people turn on their taps, boil their coffee, and drink a chemical cocktail they assume is safe. We're told water fluoridation is the greatest public health achievement of the 20th century. But what if the substance flowing through your kitchen faucet carries a toxic hazard warning in industrial factories? What if the official narrative hides a story involving chemical cartels, Cold War paranoia, and cellular damage? Today, we are opening the historical vault and the laboratory data to uncover what happens when public water meets human brain chemistry. The paper trail behind this mystery doesn't start with modern conspiracy forums. It starts in 1952, when an author named Charles Eliot Perkins published a controversial booklet called The Truth About Water Fluoridation. Perkins claimed that adding sodium fluoride to municipal supplies was a subversive plot to keep populations passive and medically dependent. But here's where the story takes a terrifying turn. During the 1954 New Orleans hearings, opponents began circulating letters written by Perkins. In them, he made a stunning new assertion. He claimed to have been in contact with a chemist from IG Farben, the massive chemical cartel that worked alongside the Nazi regime. According to Perkins, the chemist confessed that German general staff had planned to use sodium fluoride in occupied territories and concentration camps to dumb down prisoners so they wouldn't rebel. While historians have debated whether Perkins' Nazi story was a post-war fabrication or a genuine cover-up, researchers in the decades that followed turned their focus from rumors to the hard science of human biology. What scientists discovered inside the human brain changes everything. When high levels of fluoride cross the blood-brain barrier, they attack neurons on a microscopic level in three specific ways. First, a power drain. Fluoride damages the mitochondria, the cell's internal power plants, leaving brain tissue starved of energy. Second, a signal lag. It degrades the synapses, the physical bridges between your brain cells, slowing down the speed of neural communication. Third, cellular rust. It triggers severe oxidative stress, releasing unstable molecules that damage delicate brain tissue. In human behavior, this cellular breakdown manifests as chronic brain fog, memory impairment, severe anxiety, and nerve fatigue. But this is where the real mystery begins. Public health officials insist that dosage is everything, and that the microscopic amounts in tap water are far too low to cause brain decay. But they are counting on you not knowing basic biology. Unlike bottled medications, tap water has no doctor controlling the dosage. A 45-pound child playing outside in the summer heat might drink 6 glasses of water a day, absorbing a massive concentration relative to their tiny body weight, while a 180-pound adult drinks 1. And fluoride is only one piece of the puzzle. The water traveling through municipal pipes carries chloramines that react with organic matter to form toxic trihalomethanes, alongside microdoses of heavy metals like lead and industrial nitrates pulled from aging infrastructure. When you connect the historical dots, the truth of water fluoridation reveals itself not as a mustache-twirling sci-fi plot, but as an outdated mass medication program built on forced consent. The real hazard isn't an overnight zombie apocalypse. It is the chronic, cumulative chemical load placed on your liver, kidneys, and nervous system day after day, year after year. The water flowing into your home might look crystal clear, but true health requires knowing exactly what you are putting into your body. If you're ready to stop relying on city grids and start filtering your own life, check the description below for our deep dive guide on water filtration systems, and drop a comment letting me know if your town fluoridates its water.